Hello, my loves. Happy, beautiful day, whatever day and whatever time it is. I hope you've filled your heart with all the best things. And yeah, I think we should move. So let's do it. On your mat, on your knees, press the top of the foot down into the mat just gently and drag back for a low hollow in the ankle. Nothing too extreme, not up here. We want more top of the foot on the ground, and this opportunity to connect the top of the foot, digging it down and dragging it towards the knee to connect a subtle engagement into the back lane of the leg. Reach your arms forward, wide like you're gonna give somebody a big hug. Lift up your chin and open your throat. And then we'll just begin to fly side to side. Each time we rise, allow the belly to open and soften forward and long. Sitting deep into the spring and then lifting up, arcing over side to side. Chin is lifted, throat is open, the arms press forward. And just checking into the traps and into the shoulder blades, softening, opening in that gentle way. Little forwards and backs, hips sit back, and then reach up and rise into the side. Take the right hand, a light fist, or just your hand to the outside edge of your left thigh. Root the hips back, soften the belly forward, and press forward, rise into your left rib side. The chin is lifted, the throat is open. Pressing into the extension. Like a little rainbow all the way over to the other side, drawing that circle. Sit deep, connect a light fist or your hand to the outside edge of your right thigh, root the hips back, soften the belly forward, and pressing extension into the right side now as we reach long to the left. One more pulse. And then release your arms forward and little glide of the ribs side to side. Okay. Press forward to broaden the back. Sweep the hands back, catching both sides of the skull. Hug the elbows, narrow. Press the head into the hand, open your throat. Root the hips back. Soften the belly forward as you rise the ribs up towards the sky, lifting length into the belly. Hips root back, curl the chin into the chest this time. Rounding into the back of the heart, feel your shoulder blades expand. Glide your ribs side to side, connect into the back. And then send the hips back, soften the belly forward, big rise high, heart lifts towards the sky. Do that 2 more times. Sit back, curl in, chin to chest, broaden the back. Glide the ribs side to side, connecting into the back. And sit the hips back, soften the belly forward, and bloom back high. Heart rises up to the sky. Last time, sit back, sit deep. Curl in, chin to chest, broaden the back. Little glide of your ribs, side to side, connecting in. Root your hips back, soften the belly forward, and ripple it back up, lifting high. Hips rooted as the ribs rise. One more big lift into your length. And then release your arms forward. Hands slide down to the mat. Walk your knees back just a little bit so that so that there's an opportunity for the belly to be long. If the hands are too close in, it's this kind of crunched up space for the torso, and so we want to give the torso an opportunity to stay expansive, long. The hips root back and the heart energetically pulses forward. We'll just do a couple of those, pulsing forward and back. As the hips pull back, we want to keep the hips and the butt, the glutes rising high behind. Yeah. And when we do this, the belly stays long, and the chin stays lifted, crown reaches forward. Next time you pulse your hips back, hold them back here. Press the mat away to keep the fullness in the back of the heart. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and send your butt up high to the sky. Walk the feet a little bit wide, almost as wide as the mat, at least as wide as your hips. I like a little wider. Take a nice bend into the knees, root down through the paws, connecting the toe pads and mounds, press them down and out to the side, so you'll feel this in your glutes. The knees resist externally in line with the ankles. Hips root back wide up and high, and the heels pull back to extend the back line of the leg. The heart comes forward just a little bit. Now press the mat away and broaden through the back shoulder blades. Pulse here. Hips sit back and wide, and the heart pulls forward. Moving slow, hips root back, soften the belly. Press forward, push the mat away, hold the spaciousness of the rib cage. Root back, and pulse forward. A couple more times, connecting into the back line of the leg. Hips high, heart pulses forward. The motion is slow, but the energy is strong. The hips keep resisting back, the paws stay connected, pressing down and out to the side. And the ribs keep pulling forward to get this length and spaciness through the belly. Externally rotate your right hand just a little bit, toes and knees twist left. Sit the hips towards the heel, big rise up into your left side line. The hips root back, bending, and then full extension, rise into your left ribs. The chin is lifted, the throat is open, and the eyes look towards your left fingertips. Check into your right groin, root that guy back. The tendency has this hip pulling forward. So we want to keep the hip rooted way back, bending and extending, rising into the ribs. Let's take a big stretch. Left arm reaches forward and long. Hips root back. Open the belly. Reach the crown. Big extension. Take one more pulse. Back through center. Connect the paws, little pedal of the heels, singular extension through each leg. Find some stillness, nice bend into the knees, paws press down and out to the side, the hips root back wide and up behind. The heart is forward and full, press the mat away. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist right. Sit the hips towards the heel, rise up into your left sideline. Hips root, belly is long and open, reaching up, arcing over. Think about keeping your left groin rooted back. A spiraling action of the left ribs up towards the sky to open into a full rainbow shape. The chin is lifted, the crown reaches forward. The eyes look towards your right fingertips. Big stretch, reach long. Open the belly, extend the whole right side. Hips root back and wide, couple more pulses, big, open it up. Back through center. A little shift of your hips side to side. Take a deep bend into the knees. Send the belly towards the thigh. Now send your butt way up high. Ripple forward, chin to chest. Rounding through the back. Press down to broaden the shoulder blades, and then deep squat. Belly towards the thigh. Send the butt way up high. Ripple forward, chin to chest. Broaden through the back. One more time. Deep squat. Belly to the thighs. Send your butt way up high. Yeah, ripple forward. Connecting to each vertebrae. Pressing down to expand the space. And then lower the knees, come back down. Pulsing forward and back, hips root wide, heart pulls forward. Holding the length in the belly, all sides of the ribcage expanding. And crown of the head reaches forward. Sit the hips way back. Peel your right knee open to the side. Place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the left foot out just a little bit. Hips root back and wide. Undulate to rise into the right side. So here, working with like a wave motion, we sit back. And it's like a melting action here. You sit and you melt, and then you ripple back open into a rise into the right side. Lift the chin, sit back and melt. Ripple up into the rise of the right ribs. And 2 more times. Just finding your flow, allowing this to be a connection into your own body. And then we'll take a big stretch. Reach your right arm long, open up the belly, reach and extend long. Yeah, and then take your hand back down, lower your right knee down, untuck the toes, spring load, hips root back, heart pulls forward. Next time you sit the hips way back, hold them back here, peel the left knee open to the side, place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the right foot out just a little bit, hips sit back wide, allow the heart to melt down, ripple it open. It's like you turn into a wave, we sit and we melt, and then we ripple and we rise. Moving with your breath, moving with your own body's knowing. You can shut your eyes here and just feel into the motions. The hips sit, we melt the heart, and then we ripple open, rise into the ribs, little spiral actions into some gentle twists. One more. And take a big stretch, reach your left arm long, hips root back, pulse into the openness, pulse into the extension, reaching, lengthening. And then coming back through center. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Okay. Big bend into the knees, root the hips back up wide and high. Pause, press down and out to the side, and then extend the back leg by rooting the heels back just gently. Take the heart forward and inflate through the ribs. Press down to rise the space between the shoulder blades. Expand it wide open. Little pulsing forward and back, subtle bends, sit the hips back wide, keep them high on the rise, and then reach the ribs forward. Okay, shift the weight into the left side, right leg, open leg to the side. Keep pressing the mat away to hold this fullness in the back of the rib cage. Keep your left femur rooting up wide. The left foot is paw connected to the mat. Let's draw some circles with this knee. So little circles in one direction. It's almost like you almost dip the knee. I want to say it's almost like it turns into an infinity. And then switch your circle. And this way is less infinity for me. Basic. Keep pressing the mat away. Hold the fullness in the back of the heart. Find some stillness here with the knee out to the side. We're going to do little slow and mindful karate chops. So little kick out, bring it back. Karate chop and back. A few more times and back. Oh yeah. Last one, hold it. Karate chop strong. Now rebend through the knee, take the knee back down beside the other one and send your leg back behind you. Big stretch up into a rise. Take the eyes forward and step your right foot forward. Bend into the knees nice and big. Slide the hands back and rise all the way up into a high lunge, short stance. So the knees are bent here. The feet aren't so wide, so we don't have this big long stance. We want to keep it contained so that we can maintain the hollows in the groins. If you need to shift your hips so that they move behind the heart, you can do that. If you need to catch your bum, or if you just like to catch your bum, you can do that. Now the hips, we want them to keep moving back as we bend into the knees. Reach the arms forward, sit back, slide the butt back, and lift up. Bend into the knees, sit the butt way back. Belly stays long, lift up. Lift the chin, open the throat, connect the toes. What we want to avoid is this. If this happens, it's going to be all in the quads. And we want to really get the butt to work here, so we got to send the butt back and get the butt to work. So the butt's got to go back and wide. Even distribution of work. Couple more. Yay. Next time you sit nice and low, you're going to keep the hips moving back and take extension into the right leg. So just gentle pulsing into the extension of this leg. The idea is rooting the right femur back into the hip socket. You can use your right toes, gentle dig, drag down and back. Reach your arms forward, lift your heart up high. We'll take a little pounce into infinity. The left heel connects either to the shin or to the knee. The knee stays narrow and forward. Bend into your standing leg. Yeah, bend into that knee and then root the hips back so we hold the hollows in our groins. There's an opportunity for the belly to stay long. Press arms forward, fill into the back. Option stay here. Option interlace your hands and connect them to the top of your head. Resist energetically upwards into this rising balance. We've got our toes, they're connected strong, rooting down, hips back, lifting into a length that is energetic, rising up. One more full inhale. Exhale, release your arms forward. Lift up the chin, cross the left leg all the way over. The knees squish together, the hips root back. Let's curl it in, round through the upper back, chin to chest. Cross the wrists, resist them, and glide the ribs side to side, connecting into the back. And then sit deep, find your seat, root back and bloom open, heart rises big, high up to the sky. Lifting the length, arms reaching forward. Cool. And then take the hands down, step your left foot to the side. Heels narrow towards each other so the feet are on external rotation. Interlace your hands one more time and take them to the crown of your head, the elbows narrow. Bend into the knees, sit the hips back, and resist your head up into your hands as you make your way down nice and slow, slow, slow. Chin is lifted, the head resists upwards as we sit deep, and then lift it back up, nice and slow, butt back, lengthen the belly, fullness in the heart. A couple more times, nice and slow, moving down like a super, super slow elevator. Old school elevator, hips back, pause, press down and out, and then the butt moves back. Resist your head into your hands all the way up. One more time. We're going to go back down. Resisting head upwards as we go down, hips moving backwards. Yeah. Release your hands. Hands plant forward. Take a hop. Take a hop. Push down to rise up. Allow the belly to be open, the knees at a 90 degree. One more time. Hands press, eyes forward, lift up. Land back where you just came from. Heels narrow, knees wide. Take a pause here. Lift the chin, open the throat, breathe. Right hand to the inside edge of your right elbow to the inside edge of your right knee, fingertips to the ground. Left arm big, stretch up high to the sky, arc over. And then like a little rainbow, we're gonna go the other way. Left fingertips to the ground, left elbow in the inseam of the left thigh or knee. Reach right arm up high and arc over. Back through center. Plant the hands, step back, step back. Pedal the heels. Okay, narrow the knees, all fours, hands and knees. Untuck the toes, press the top of the foot down, drag the hips back wide, keep them high, and on the rise, the glutes widen. And then we'll ripple forward, chin to chest, broaden the back by pressing the ground away, super strong. Into a rise of the chin, pull back, hips drag you back, feel the length in the belly, feel the elastic pull, that tensegrity. And then ripple forward. Rounding through the back, connecting into each vertebrae, chin to chest, press down to rise the shoulder blades. One more time, root back. Butt keeps widening on the rise back. And then ripple it forward, connecting in each vertebrae, articulating as we go through this rounded wave. And then coming back through center. tuck the toes, lift up. Connect your feet, pause, press down and out. Nice bend into the knees, but extend through the back line of the leg by sending the butt way up high. The heels energetically drag backwards. The heart is forward and full, but the wrists are ahead of the shoulders. There's an opportunity to be lengthy and spacious. Shift the weight to the right side. Left leg, open leg to the side. And try drawing those circles. Maybe you'll see that one side is more infinity or one direction is more infinity. Here you want to make sure that you're pressing down the mat to hold this buoyancy, this fullness through the back. Little knee mobility here. Actually less knee, hip, more like, but the knee is leading us. Feels like. Now switch your circle, go the other direction. Keep the work in the legs by sending your hips back wider and higher. Okay. And then find some stillness. We're going to do little karate chops out to the side. Little chop with control. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Keep pressing the mat away. This is for your bum. A couple more. Bend through the knee and take the knee in through the midline. Send the leg way back up high behind you. Press the mat away. Find your length. Extend long. And then eyes look forward. Carry your left knee through to a high lunge. Big bend into the knees. Root the hips back and rise up with an open belly. So here we land, our feet are hip distance apart or like on railroad tracks. And we don't want the tail to be tucked because that's going to put all the work in the quads. And so we want to gently guide the hips back and the butt behind the heart so that these guys, these glutes are going to work for us. Connect your toes. Reach the arms forward and wide, big hug style. Lift your chin. And then sit deep, send the butt back. Lift up. Pulsing like this in this little high lunge squat. Each time you sit low, connect the paws, press down and out. Noticing if the toes want to twinkle. Root them down, find your roots. Send the butt back. Each time you take your bend, the booty's going back. Couple more. Okay, eyes forward. Take a little spring into infinity. The right heel is going to land at either the shin or the knee. The standing leg keeps a bend in it. The hips gently back behind the heart. This right knee is narrowing and forward. Reach your arms forward and wide. Lift up your chin. Option to stay or option to take your hands to the top of your head. Elbows narrow and find a rising energy. The toes connected. We've got our roots, and then lifting energetically upward into the pressure of our hands. One more full inhale. Exhale, release your arms forward. Slide your right leg all the way over. Crossing the legs, squish the knees, sit into your seat, and then curl in, rounding through the upper back, cross the wrists low down by the belly. You can take a little wrist resist here, so pressuring the wrists in towards each other and glide your ribs side to side to feel the expansion on the back line. Chin to chest, feel into the scruff of the neck. And then sit nice and deep, root the hips back and open it back real wide, heart up to the sky. Pulse into the length of the belly, press your arms forward, lift your chin. Sweep back behind the head, take one pulse here just because I want to feel into this lengthening. And then release your foot to the side. Step wide, step wide. Deep seat, root the hips way back, glide your legs side to side. Hands down to the ground, press the bat away, eyes forward, heart forward. Big seat into a spring hop. 2 more, hop. Open belly, press down to lift up. Land back. Pedal the heels. Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist left. Sit the hips towards the heel, big rise up into your left side line. Pulsing here, breathing big. Big stretch, left arm reaches forward and long. Option, connect a rooster crown, the thumb to the top of the head, and then resist your head into your hand. Open the belly, open the neck. Back center. Pedal the heels. Externally rotate left hand, toes and knees twist right. Hips sit, rise the ribs. Big stretch, right arm reaches forward and long. Option to connect a rooster crown to the top of the head. Elbow hugs narrow, resist your head into your hand, lengthen through the neck, lengthen through the belly. Root your hips back, soften the belly forward, bow open. Back center. Wide knees sit you back into wide knees child's pose. Allow there to be a softness here. Press the arms down or the hands down to take the heart forward. And carry the knees back together, tuck your toes, lift up. Shift the hips to the right to lower the right hip down. Extend your right arm long to lie onto your side, to lie onto your back. Catch your knees. By cupping them, allow them to pull heavy away from you so that the arms pull long, the shoulder blades are broad, the lower lumbar lifts into its natural curve. Little rock side to side. right ankle over top of left thigh. Pull in to catch the shin. Little rock side to side. If you have the space, you can thread the needle, so catching your left thigh. And then if you have the space, you can extend your left leg high to the sky. Keep an inner engagement of the ankle, soften the top of the foot. It's like you could rest a ball on your foot. You're like cupping it. Release the interlace and take the left foot back down to the mat. Hold the cross of the ankle over thigh. Press left foot into the mat to pick your bum up and inch it to the right just a little bit. Twist left, allow the right foot to land left. Option to take your left hand to your right ankle. Right hand fingertips land above the head, elbow to the sky. If you can't catch the ankle, if that's not something that's in your zone, then we'll just take both hands back like so. Option to keep this in a twist, energetically resisting the knee away from you. And this is a gentle energy. It's nothing extreme. We're being very lovely to our body. Option to take your hand to your foot or hand to the shin and just kick an extension of the leg, the right leg to the left. This will just move into your IT band a little bit. You can energetically send your, I guess it's a literal sending as well, where we root the right femur back towards the right, so back into the hip socket as we extend the leg long. Back up through center. Plant the feet behind the sits bones to fix your bum, neutralize. And then we'll cross the left ankle over top of the right thigh, pull in to catch the shin. Little rock side to side, if that feels good for you. With my left hand on the outside edge of my knee, I'm always supporting a little gentle narrowing of the knee up towards my shoulder. If you have the space or the desire, you can thread the needle, taking both hands behind the right thigh. And then if you have the space further, you can extend your right leg up towards the sky. Bend through your right knee, release the interlace and plant your foot down to the ground. Keep the legs as they are in this number 4 cross. Pick your bum up and inch it to the left just a little bit. Drop the hips to twist to the right. Left foot lands right. You can take your right hand to catch your left ankle. Your left hand chin-up bar, or this little fingertips land above the head, elbow to the sky shape. If this is not in your access to catch the ankle, you can just take both hands back behind, elbows to the sky. Lift the chin out of the throat. And energetically, the knee moves away from you, just subtle. Deep breathing here. Option to take that IT stretch where you can support your knee or your calf or your foot ankle even is here. We're just going to extend the left leg long towards the right energetically and actually literally, like the same on the other side. We're rooting the left femur back as we extend long to the right. Can pulse in and out of this. And coming back through center. Pick up your bum to neutralize the spine. Feet can land behind the sits bones. Finger domes above the head, elbows up to the sky. Slow tick-tock of the knees side to side as the knees go right or any direction really. Use the fingertips and pull the ground towards your shoulders to feel an energetic lifting through the belly. The hips can drop low and we can experience this openness into this bow. So much noise. I dream of living in the forest. Away from air pollution and traffic and oh, I dream. Okay, and then extend your legs long. Take your hands to your bum and spread the cheeks. Big bear hug, grabs the shoulders, widen. Arms out to the side, palms can face up. Lift your chin out of the throat. Take a big, deep breath. And exhale, lets it go. Let yourself be held, let yourself be still. More and more, I know that this is what the practice is for. Allowing ourselves an opportunity to drop into deep rest. Stay for as long as you can. I hope you have a beautiful day and all the goodness comes your way. Namaste.